Senator Mike Lee is pushing the U.S. government not to cut off financial support for a Navy lieutenant with Utah ties imprisoned in Japan.
Yeah, Lieutenant Ridge Alkonis has been behind bars nearly 5 months while his wife and children fight for his release. But they're facing a critical deadline. Daniel Woodruff with more on this story tonight for us.
In just over 1 week, the family of Lieutenant Ridge Alkonis will lose his pay and benefits, a decision made by the U.S. Secretary of Defense and confirmed again today to 2 News. But Senator Mike Lee tells me that can't happen.
He's an exceptional person, and we shouldn't be hanging his family out to dry.
By Zoom from D.C., Senator Mike Lee says he's working to keep financial support flowing to the family of Ridge Alkonis, including potentially through an amendment to a federal spending bill.
The Secretary of Defense would be directed to continue to pay Lieutenant Alkonis, regardless of whether the Secretary of Defense is inclined to do that on his own.
So far, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has not agreed to that because Alkonis was tried and convicted of a crime. In May 2021, he was driving with his family when he blacked out behind the wheel and hit 2 people, killing them. His family says it was an accident due to acute mountain sickness. Still, he was sentenced to 3 years in a Japanese prison. Next week, his Navy pay and benefits are set to run out. A defense spokesperson tells me, following a thorough review of the facts of the case, Secretary Austin concurred with the recommendation against granting an exception to policy, since it would be contrary to military custom and practice.
It is hard to put into words what it feels like to be betrayed by the military.
Ridge's wife, Brittany, is in Japan with her children. She says she'll keep fighting to draw attention to her husband's case.
Secretary Austin, he can cut off our pay. He can make our lives significantly worse, which he has done for the past 1.5 years. But I'm not leaving.
Senator Lee tells me his amendment ordering that Lieutenant Alkonis' pay and benefits continue could come up in the Senate as early as tomorrow. Daniel Woodruff, KUTV 2 News.
And Senator Lee says he's also working to negotiate a prisoner transfer to bring Ridge Alkonis back to the United States. We'll keep you posted on how that goes. Now, this isn't the first time Senator Lee has voiced support for the Alkonis family. You can find our story on his previous efforts and also more on the incident that led to Lieutenant Alkonis being jailed. All that information is there for you on KUTV.com.